another episode of Catch That, where we break down albums, artists, and topics within R&B music, and we talk to people who are honest and truly knowledgeable. I am Naturally Elise, and that is my brother.
JR.
And I guess y'all know we are the R&B representative. Yes, we are.
Come on.
And the R&B reps. And today we are very, very excited to bring back a Catch That OG. He's been on minis and regulars. He's just the man. And we are so happy to have him back. And that is Rashad Ali. What up, brother?
Hey, thank you for coming on here. I had to come right back in return. I could leave 2023. Hey, I had to go with the thing. Okay, let's get this.
Get it.
Let's get it.
Yes. But if you haven't, checked our episodes with Rashad, which you should, because we did some banger albums like Show Enough
Yeah.
album. We did Kevin Campbell and we did Freddie Jackson. Like, come on now. Come on now.
Yes.
My faves. But
Mhm.
but yeah, Rashad is a successful podcaster, radio host, DJ, shows and video shows and channels and just all the things and we gonna put it in the credits. You can see all the dope. So I left out some stuff, but he does if it got to do with music and has to do with the culture, with black culture, he's in there. And he's
Mr.
Yeah.
R&B Soul Effect. Come on
Yeah,
now.
appreciate you. Can't say R&B without saying Rashad.
Come on, somebody.
Facts.
gotta have that aura. But yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, we are so glad to have you back. And you know what? We are gonna jump right into things, and we're gonna have Jr. tell us what album we're gonna be talking about today, and why Jr. thinks Rashad picked it, but why Jr. thinks it's important we talk about it.
I'm so excited, y'all. We will be talking about CeCe Peniston's Finally. I don't think a lot of people even talk about CeCe Peniston a lot. So this was amazing when Rashad said that he wanted to talk about this album. I am so excited because it's very special to me. So this is going to be a great episode. Like we really going to get into this for real. But y'all know how we start this and how we do this. So Rashad, how did you even really get into CeCe Peniston? What got you into her? What caught you?
Yeah, it's a funny story behind that. That day, my mother, she picked me up from school, and so this is when video soul was like the hottest thing. You know what I'm saying? Before we
Hey,
had,
Donnie.
yeah, shout out to Donnie Simpson, and so my mother, so we came back from McDonald's, so I'm watching video soul, and I saw it on there premiere, and I was like, "Who is this lady right here?" And instantly, I got hooked on to the song in the video. It was colorful because '91 was around the time where you had like the black and white background, different colors and stuff. Because Guy had that with Doobie Wright. Who else had that? Oh God, Janet Jackson. Love never do that. Everybody was using that white background with different color images and stuff. But make a long story short, it was like there's not really much I like the song in the video. I felt it was something about her as a kid, as a 10-year-old. I was like, you know what? Her impact is just now getting started. And to think like that as a child, that's how you know, man. As soon as the song get played, got played again, was it Video Vibration? They got played on, was it Club LTV? That's part of USA. Then it came on, was it BT Midnight Love and Friday Night Videos? I mean, since then, I was like, I can't wait till this album come out. I had to get it. But back then, we had cassettes and stuff. So since then, I became a fan instantly and stuff.
How about you, Jr.?
so, so, this is taking me back to when I moved to South Carolina in 1991 when my mom went to college and how we really got into CeCe and we really didn't know it. So when I got to the campus, because my mother was already there a year and I was with my grandparents for a year and then I came down. So when I came down in July, my mom was just walking me around the campus or whatever. And we was hearing the song I Like It from overweight Pooh. And mind you, we didn't really know who this was, but it was a girl on there that was just singing, like singing for dear life. And it was like, who is this girl? So, you know, when you hear a song, it's just like, all right, cool. So then me and mom, literally after like walking the campus, she was showing me where everything was. We're walking back to our apartment and the song plays again. And my mom was like, this girl can sing, you know what I'm saying? And in the song, I like it. She does na na ooh, da na ooh, da yeah. She does that. So it was like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? It was like, mom was like, oh, she really can sing, whatever, whatever. So then finally comes out. And y'all know right off the break, the first line, she said, da da ooh, da da ooh, da yeah, ow. Me and my mom was like, that's that girl. Like, we know her. Like, okay. It was okay. We was like, it's that girl. You know what I mean? And then from there, it was like, because from that moment, we knew that CeCe had such a voice. It was like she had her own sound, the way she sung. You know what I mean? So listening to her from I Like That, from when she was with Overweight Pooh, and that was off she called herself like the female preacher or something like that. So then hearing Finally, we was like, oh, we like this. And I think everybody and their mama like this. You know what I mean? And it was all over the place. And from that point, it was just like, we're into her. You know what I mean? And once Keep on Walking, which we will get into, I was it was a wrap, like for real, for real. But we got the album and we played it like crazy. But that was really when we got introduced to CeCe. Didn't know who she was, but then once Finally came out, it was like, oh, that girl that did that. And we kind of connect the dots. Hey, Brian. And we kind of connect the dots. And then that's how we kind of really got introduced to CeCe like that.
Yeah, I just heard on the radio, and I just instantly, I always, um, I just Finally, it's just such an infectious song. It makes sense why it blew up, and it's such a universal jam. Just about any culture knows that song, and it's been in movies and blah 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 blah. So yeah, I was pretty much into her just from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know that with Finally, it was just so upbeat and dancey, and then that's the time when that was popular. Or before the episode started, me and Rashad was talking. He was like, because that was the New Jack Swing time and all that, so it made sense for these dance hits to hit everywhere.
Yeah.
Because that was the sound was very high energy in the early 90s. Like,
yes.
Yeah. It wasn't a whole lot of dragging, slow stuff that was blowing up. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and back then, you could come with our first single as a ballad. You had to have some type of dance record.
Yes. Yeah, that's you couldn't hit him with a ballad at first. Not in those times, because it wasn't gonna work. I mean, look at Jodeci tried. Oops.
Stupid. But,
hey, they tried. Did it work for them? No.
Nope.
But you knew you had to have an up tempo to kind of get you. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like you had to do that. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, and when you and if you had like a kind of groove or a mid tempo, the drums on it better be hard.
Yes.
Or people gonna ignore it. It's gonna be it's gonna be relegated to adult contemporary world if it wasn't something hard in it, even if it was a groove.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even with some R&B groups, those ballads that did hit did have like some heavy drums and production going on behind it.
Yeah.
Where it was more accessible to young people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, because Finally, it was like when that song took off, I mean, it was like everywhere all over TV. It rotated on radio and stuff. I mean, that song was hot. And and that's one of the reasons why I was like, one situation nobody never talks about this. When Janet's contract expired, as she fulfilled it with Ada Records, Ada was like, we got to find other artists, that could carry the Ada Records torch. Then the brain CeCe Peniston was right on time. around the time Janet left, Shawnee's Wilson left. When Shawnee's went to Motown, so it was like, who could we find? So CeCe Peniston carried that from 91 up to 96. And it was just, I mean, she was like on fire. Like you couldn't even go nowhere,
Because they did say that when she was doing the background vocals for Overweight Pooh, and they was like, yo, like, what stuff do you have? So like Rashad, like you said, they was kind of scrambling because it was like Janet was dipping, Shanice was dipping. Janet was their big artist. You know what I mean? So they needed to fill that void. You know what I mean? So they looking like, oh, we need to find somebody. And when they found CeCe, and they was like, well, what stuff do you have? And she gave them the poem for Finally. You know what I mean? And it was kind of like, oh, we think we got something here. You know what I mean? So when they put that single out and everything, it blew up, they was like, we need an album. You know what I mean? It was like, okay.
Yeah. You know what they said? Look what we got.
Oh, man.
And then they laugh.
Yep.
Yes. So it was like, we got this single blew up. It was like, we need an album. So when CeCe did an interview, she was like, they had to do everything within like 2 months. Wow. Like they had to do this album in literally 2 months. And she said everything was done in 3 months, but it was like they had to get everything, the vocals, production, all that done, the mixing, and then throw this out because now they have a big single. They need an album from her.
Who that sound like? Johnny?
Yeah. Come on, because they did that album in 2 weeks. They did it in 2 weeks.
That's what they had to do because they had a monster on their hands and they had to.
Yes. And the label was like, wait a minute, we got something big. You know what I mean?
But it worked out for them because that album was fire. But anyway.
Oh, it did. Yeah.
On that part. And so when they did that, it was like they threw her in the studio, and CeCe was like, yo, even while she's promoting the album, she gets off singing her life away and got to go into the studio to do this song and do all this kind of stuff, even though a couple of songs you can see that it was done. And, but love you, CeCe, but girl. But it was like, you could tell it was like, we need to get this out. We need to rush this out. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's what labels about money. So at the end of the day, if this Finally single is going crazy, we need an album. Our biggest artist done left and went to Version. You know what I mean? And then what's the name left and went to what's the name? Shanice left and went to Motown. What are we gonna do? We need something. And now this big single from CeCe is big. Okay, she's our girl. We need to do this. You know what I mean? And then it was just like, then changes started to happen too, because y'all know in the summer of 92, things changed. But that just is what it is. But thank God CeCe came out with this album in the, January of 92, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, January 92.
And the album came out. So it was just like, I just wish it would have did bigger. But a lot of people, what y'all don't seem to understand is that albums back then were great, but they didn't do that great on the Billboard 200. I think this album peaked at like 70.
Yeah. Yep.
That was it. But mind you, CeCe had hits off this motherfucker. So for y'all to sit there and try to act like she's a one-hit wonder, whoever doing them type of things, you're wrong. You're wrong. Sorry. This woman is not a one-hit wonder. You know.
She had buku hits.
Buku hits.
Yeah.
If they wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, top 40. No, these were top 20 pop hits.
Billboard.
Billboard. So don't do that. Put her, CeCe, in this one-hit wonder just because you only know Finally. No. Don't do that.
That's your fault.
Right. That's why research needs to be done.
That's your ignorance.
Hello? Yeah, we doing it for Rashad because y'all know Rashad can read. So
yes. Yes.
And
she had 5 number 1 dance hits.
What I do want to mention, it was a top 10 UK album.
That part.
Yep.
That part.
Yep.
The UK loves music, and it doesn't matter what it is. That's why a lot of our artists go over there and make a lot of money, and they go over there and have a lot of shows, because the ones over there don't really care about the politics that goes on in the US. Just saying.
Facts. Yep.
Yeah, contrary
That's
to
true.
popular, everything don't revolve around us. But
Ooh.
it also was a top 20 Canadian album. It was a top 40 Dutch and Austrian album, and it also cracked the top 100 Australian albums. So it was everywhere.
Yeah, because that album
Don't make it across the pond.
Yeah, because back then the album went gold. It did years or several years later, it actually finally went platinum.
Yes.
And stuff.
Yes.
And,
yes.
And you know, it is crazy though, because I hate whenever a black artist song cross over to the Hot 100, no matter what song charts high, they try to treat it as a one-hit wonder. I'm like, the Hot 100 should not be that go-to chart that everybody should be looking at. Look at all the songs done, you know, to go in different positions like that. That doesn't make any sense. You got 5 number 1 dance hits, and I'm like, y'all treated her as a one-hit wonder. That's retarded. I mean, in 1994, she gave Janet, Madonna, Brandy, Aaliyah a run for their money. And when she won number 1 dance artist 94, nobody ever talks about that. No matter how much records they were selling, no matter how much was it Mariah, Whitney, Janet was selling, Toni Braxton, CeCe Peniston was whooping ass.
She was, and was.
Yeah. And that's such a wild thing, because it was 3 songs from this album that were top 40 hits.
Facts.
Not 100. Top 40.
Yep.
Top
40.
And not on the 40 side of it.
Okay.
It's closer to the 1 than it was to the 40. Okay. Just saying.
That.
Facts.
But anyway.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
I know these charts.
Oh, honey, I ain't even bothering you with it. I'm. So y'all, let's get into this album, yo. So we're gonna start with the opening joint. We Got a Love Thing.
Look what we got.
Classic. Man, you know what?
I'm gonna say that like 20 more times before this is over. So
love it.
You know, that song, I love that song because once again, a number one dance hit record. But it's funny how it got love on the dance side, but it's like it seemed like that one hit wonder thing was kind of like starting to grow. I mean, trying to put that on her. And so like, of course, by the other man. But our people, you know, we know that she's not, besides the one that be shucking and jiving, but that's a whole different story. But We Got Love Day, you know, like the intro of it, that little that's like the intro of Rock With You from Michael Jackson. And the little boy who had that oh God, what's that tambourine? He played Michael Jackson in Jackson's American Dream. Who played like the little 6-year-old Michael?
Yeah,
that was him. So he was like the little boy with the curly hair. Yeah, that was him. And that. And the other light-skinned boy, the one who played the trombone, he was in Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby.
Wow.
Yeah,
you learn something new every day.
Oh yeah.
And let me tell you about We Got a Love Thing, since we're gonna talk about charts, is it was on about 20 different charts, and they all was the top 40 of those charts. In all the different countries, it was a top 40 hit.
And mind you, this is a single right after Finally.
Yep. Another monster hit.
Another monster. You know what I mean? Yo, anytime I hear this song, it just makes me happy.
Yeah.
Like, it makes you happy. You want to sing along to it. You want to groove to it. You want to sing along with her. Like, it's just that. I have to shout out Steve Silk. Hurley? Yes.
Hurley.
Yes. Like, he knew what he was doing with this production. Like, Him
Oh yeah.
and like CeCe and Steve make a perfect marriage to me
Mm-hmm.
musically because they do it again, and I can't wait to get to that one. But it's like this song is just her voice is so powerful, yo. That's
Oh.
what I want people to understand about CeCe. Her voice is so powerful. Like she's like on this whole
Mm-hmm.
album, CeCe is singing, like on some high register shit. Like she's
Yep.
singing down. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And this song shows that. You know what I mean? And it's just like I know a lot of us focus on the production, and just because it's quote unquote dance, we focus
Yes.
on that. But CeCe's vocals on this is crazy. Like it's like she's high the whole time. You know what I mean? And it's just like, when you want to sing along with somebody, but I'm not singing along with this. This is the song when I'm just like, when I laugh, like Elise is like, look what we got. I just like, I'm just gonna laugh. Cause what she what she do with this vocally, I'm not fooling with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have to shout out to Shantae Savage
Oh
because
yeah.
she wrote this record. And if y'all don't know her, she was the one that did "I Will Survive" and "Bet You Never Find." She's that girl. But she paid her dues and she wrote this record. And I just think it's just so dope. And for me, I know a lot of people gonna look at me a little crazy. I go to this more than I do Finally.
Yep.
For me.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, a lot of the same. Because with Finally, it got so oversaturated in the culture.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like I need to hear it again. Great song, amazing. That's what got me in, and now it's my jam for years. But it's like they kind of overdid it, and that's not her fault. That's just the culture latched on to that song so hard that it just got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Because that song We Got Love Day, it was like bad, at the time when people was actually dancing in the clubs. And that song, I mean, the music feels so joyful. It takes you all the way back to like JR said, when life was simple as a kid. No drama, no bills, no haterade.
Bills.
Life was so carefree as a kid and stuff. And that was a great time and stuff, and I tell you, because for a song like that, it didn't need a high production music video. All I have was a background, a couple of dancers, the kids that was riding a car, having a good time. CeCe Peniston, 1-2 shots, boom, out. You know what I'm saying?
It was very simple. The video was very simple. You can tell that what the budget was given. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm glad that you said that in the beginning, how once you have your biggest artists leave, them budgets drop.
Yes,
You know what I mean? And you can tell with CeCe's videos, there wasn't big budgets with it. You know what I mean? As far as We Got a Love Thing, it was a cheap budget. We're not going to even stunt. And once we get to, the next song, which is Finally, that wasn't a big budget either. You know what I mean? Like the budgets wasn't that big. Just thank God the music was so great that it carried it. You know what I mean? Like it didn't need all of this big production video. You know what I mean? And so I love We Got Love Thing. I just love it. It just takes me back to a good place as a kid. Like you said, Rashad, no bills, no none of that. I didn't have to worry about nothing. My mother was paying all the bills. I ain't have shit to worry about.
Yeah, because
that little melody, I love it.
have you noticed in that video, like the car scene, it matches the same way as Mariah Carey put out Emotions. Just that little car scene and like the little coloration are so much alike. If you took those two videos and cropped just both of those scenes, you'd be like, wait a minute, this is so similar. And back then, the car scene was
better. What?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And back in those days, directors would try to find like, okay, like who could we copy off of? Just like Route Transmit, do what I gotta do. Also, here come Patti LaBelle. Somebody loves you with the smoke and like the little clear black in the background. Oh yeah, they call me R&B Detective. I peep stuff out people don't see.
Y'all better not fuck with Rashad. He don't play no games.
Please, please leave me
No
alone. I'll try to save some lives.
What?
You know, but that video was dope and stuff. And back then, it was like you was actually be yourself. You know, here it's funny how people be like, "Oh man, you know, everything's so accepted. Everything's so accepted there," but people try to follow that little wave or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so but CeCe Peniston, you know, with that second single, she was here to stay.
Yeah.
You know, and the rest was history.
I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree. All right, so we get to finally the single, the single that just meant everything to her. You know what I mean? I think this is just for her, and I'm glad, Rashad, that you talked about in the beginning of how everything kind of played out because they needed that girl.
Mm-hmm.
And they knew that she was doing background vocals for another artist, but they saw something in her.
Yeah.
And she was like, listen, I got a poem. I don't know if y'all gonna like it, but here we go. And when she gave it to him, they was like, whoa, 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 we got something. We got it. We got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, we got something. You know what I mean? So, and that's number, I think that's the third time you did it. So, but so they was, you know, we got something. They heard something, and for this song to be as big as it was, like she said in so many interviews, she didn't think that a poem that she wrote about a love that she would want, that everybody would love. You know what I mean? And it's just, again, like I said in this record, period, this whole album, CeCe is singing down. Y'all, she's in her high register this whole album.
Yep.
It's like she's singing, and I feel like CeCe has a sound that nobody can really duplicate. And I wish that the label would have really captivated on that and really would have got really behind her and put a lot of money behind her.
Yeah.
And really would have just pushed her because she had a sound that you knew when you heard a song, it was hers. You know what I mean? So it was like, okay, yeah, you know, finally it's her record. But like, we got a love thing. That's CeCe. You can't help that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but this finally record, I think everybody loves it. I think this is when you think of CeCe, this is the first song you're gonna sing. So shout out to Felipe and Rodney Jackson for creating a production, because you can have the words, but if it don't fit the production, it ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? And it works. You know what I mean? And it's a great song. It's kind of like the gift and the curse, because if you come out with a big record, you're always trying to challenge that record. Yep. You know what I mean? And I think that's what happened when it came to CeCe. It was like, we want another finally. We want another finally. And it was like, no, you can do that, but let her grow as an artist. And I don't think they believe in that. Yep. Because again, she tried to go the R&B route on the next album, and the label was like, oh, okay, you got some songs, cool, but we think you're this dance artist. And she's like, no. You know what I mean? So I think finally was kind of like a gift and a curse for her, but I love the record. I really do. I really do.
That's true, because, you know, one thing about a song, once it does made an impact, you can't repeat that. You know, it's like, you know, it's like some artists are meant for that particular time, that particular reason. You know, it's like how Michael Jackson tried to chase Thriller. It's like, you know, you only get that moment. You got to grow and evolve as an artist and stuff. And a lot of times labels with that peed up brains, they want to just keep that artist in that box. You know, let the artist spread its wings, because we could have had saw the best of CeCe Peniston if they just put her in that little small square. To me, I thought that was wrong with them.
And with the fact, you know, and then with finally being so big on what it was, they really worked that girl. Because if y'all look at the Apollo performance that she did, she was so hoarse. You could tell they was working her for this single. But she, as an artist, you pulled through. It was no using no backing track during this time. That girl had to sing. So you saw a lot of her imperfections in that performance of Finally. But she was like, I'm gonna pull through this. And the crowd was with her. Because again, they knew that CeCe could sing, but hey, you can have a horse night, but you're gonna work through it. And she worked through it that night. Like to go and for that girl to now know doing why the Finally song is going nuts. They're making you go into the studio to record songs for this album. So you're singing at night, touring it during the day. Eventually, your voice is gonna go. That's a lot on your voice. So her doing a lot of these performances, it was like, you know what I mean? Even though I love that performance because she also did another performance on Arsenio Hall, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
and she's wearing, the cross colors. The cross colors, y'all ain't know about that life. The cross colors joint. And she's singing like down. And she's in perfect voice and all that. But when she got to Apollo, they worked her and her voice is just, and I love that performance, to be honest, because it was real and it was raw. And it was like she was pulling through it. And that's what I like to see of a real artist. You're pulling through it, knowing that you're not giving the best vocal, but you're pulling through it and okay, I ain't hitting this high note, so I'm going to try to do what I got to do. And that's what she did on that performance. And that's why I was like, I love those type of performances. Show me your imperfections because it's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because she sung, Showtime Apollo, Arsenio Hall, Top of the Pops. Then we had like another spinoff called, what's it called? Top of the Pops, USA.
Yeah.
Dance Park USA, Club MTV. So singing both of those records, she had, it's one thing, like you said, some be like, what was like live track or was it like lip sync? And some of them, with Apollo, you had to bring it. You had to bring it. Ain't no ifs and buts about it. No excuses.
Yes. But this is her signature song. It just is what it is. As much as, I give it a lot, like Elise said, it's kind of like you kind of got sick of it because this was all they were playing. But again, that's when it's your signature record.
Yeah, because she won about like a handful of awards off that song.
If you ask an average Black person of a certain age, that's not the song they're going to say.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
They are not. They might not even.
Nope.
Nah.
But we'll get there.
We'll get there. Oh yes. Oh yes.
I can't wait for that.
Oh yes. Oh yes. But I mean, this knowing this is CeCe's signature song, you know what I mean? It is. You know what I mean? So this song took her all over the globe, and it's because we know who CeCe Peniston is for this song. You know what I mean? So great song, whatever. But it's like, enough. But we get into Inside That I Cry. I love the instrumentation of this song. Because for me, y'all know I love horns. Period. So I'm getting 2 horns on this. I'm getting the French horn. Shout out to John Barnes, who also played on Marvin Gaye's I Want You album. So I'm getting that horn. And then I'm getting the saxophone horn solo on this by Brandon Fields, who played on Congratulations from Miss Vesta Williams.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So,
sorry.
Yes. And then, like, the instrumentation of this song gets me. And then you got Ed Green, who's on the drums of this, that played on Willie Hutz, the Mac. And he played on one of my faves that I talk a lot on this show, Eddie Kendricks. And he played on that self-titled album. You know what I mean? And just the instrumentation just gets me on this song. And I mean, the only thing that gets me on this song.
I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what it is, it's not the actual vocal. I don't like how it's arranged. I think this song could have been saved for me with a different arrangement and a slightly different melody.
Yep.
Like a slight tweak to it. I don't like the arrangement of it. Cause she's giving you CeCe vocals, but it's like this. It's weird. The song is weird and it's weird.
I did really, you know what? That song did not grow on me as a kid, and it didn't really grow me down. Not a diss to her, but I felt like the label could have gave her a better ballad. That's my opinion and stuff. You know,
They do got a better one later.
They do and do and do. I think that this song, they wanted to get her raw vocals, and I just think it should have been a better take.
Yeah.
To me, I think the take that they picked wasn't a great take, a great vocal take, as far as CeCe anyway. Because I'm like, if we're getting what we're like vocally powerful on songs like We Got a Love Thing and Finally, and then we get to Inside That I Cry and we got this, it kind of turns you off a little bit. Like,
and why did they sequence it like that?
I didn't like that either.
That's a bad label business decision.
Yeah, as much as I do love this album, I think it's sequenced hard.
Because you know, like what it could have done was like that song could have had like the same type of vibe as Deborah Cox. You know, like Nobody's Supposed to Be Here. Had she would have had something like that, something close to that, you know, or maybe like a Tony Braxton, Love Should Have Brought You Home type of vibe, and it's like Elise said, tweaked it out a little bit more. Yeah, that song could have been something, because I ain't gonna give somebody a sappy, crappy song and they got a powerful voice. No, like you supposed to really, you know, bring the best out for that artist.
You know what's so crazy to me though? It's like, if y'all want to push her as a dance artist and you want to put her in that, why wasn't the first 6 songs dance then?
Facts.
Why would you have We Got a Love Thing, Finally, and go to a ballad? That didn't make any sense.
It's like didn't y'all just have Janet? Them albums, the first half was fast and upbeat, and the second half was in the groove.
Yep.
That was the formula. That was the formula for most people.
Yep.
But if they were gonna put a slow song or groove, why didn't they go with I See Love or You Win Out When We Lose?
I think you should have went with I See Love. That would have been a great song to go after Finally. If you want to slow it down, go there. Or go with shit. What's after Keep on Walking, y'all?
Crazy Love.
Yes.
Crazy Love.
Go with that. Because it's still a mid. It's a mid. Like, you want to put her in this dance category. Why are we going from 2 dance records to a complete ballad? It just didn't make any sense to me. Because then the next song, you're back up again. Like, what? Like it just
like and way up. Because Lifeline is the energy is up here.
It seemed like when the third single came out and lost his pulse, and all of a sudden it was like cleared.
Yes. It's like you take us down to bring us all the way back up again. Like I get you want to show CeCe's vocals, but her vocals are being shown in these up tempos. So you good. It's like y'all should have gave us all up tempos and wait to the end to give us the ballads.
Facts.
That should have been what it was. I mean, I just talked about Jodeci in the beginning, right? And I said, when you listen to their album, the first half, the first side A is all ballads. And then when you flip it over to side B, those are the up tempos. They could have flipped it with CeCe, give her all of the freaking up tempos and end it with ballads. That would have been great. Even because y'all tried to put her in this box as a dance artist. If that's what you want to do, why y'all gonna have the third song on here, Inside I Cry? Come on, y'all. Come on. The science ain't sciencing for real.
Yeah, it would have been a different issue. It would have been okay with the weird tempo switch if it was a concept-y or a storytelling album, then you can do
Mhm.
that because
Right.
it's about what falls into whatever narrative or story that you're trying to convey. But that's not what
Mhm.
this is. This this album is a collection of songs. So why not put them together
Yeah,
correctly?
it is. It's weird. It's like just like Jr. Pointed out. Like for Janet, how is it you had her for all those years
You
up
didn't
until
learn shit.
Revelation to have a balance, and then when CeCe Peniston gets signed, and like Jr. said, it started out hot, then it got cool in the third quarter, then it picked back up in the fourth. I'm like, come on, like how y'all make that mistake? Somebody, whoever was the A&R for that, did a terrible job. As far as telling A&R,
Mhm.
well, now put this out as a single, this and that. Like, come on, man.
And then you
So,
also know this is also during the Milli Vanilli era. This is
yeah.
doing that. This is doing the Martha Wash shit. So I guess during that time, everybody is like, "Oh, we need to hear her sing." So
Mm-hmm.
they
I didn't
like
even I didn't think I had never thought about that in that
you know
way.
what I mean? This is the era of
But
Milli Vanilli, CeCe and the
Yes.
Music Factory, all of that. They like, you know what? We got a love thing. We give her finally, but we need to show you that she can really sing a ballad that is her. And that's why I think they did that in the album sense. In the album sense, as a body of work, it didn't make sense. But maybe that's why, because of this whole thing that was going on, this Milli Vanilli thing blew up, and a lot of dance artists caught flack for this. So it was like, you know what? We got to show that this girl can really sing down. So we're
yeah.
gonna give you two up tempos, but then we're gonna give you Inside I Cried. And even though I don't think they took a great vocal performance from her, but it was like, okay, you feel the rawness, and I think that's what they kind of went for. I'm kind of playing devil's advocate.
Devil don't need
Mm-hmm.
no damn advocate. But like she I think would have made that song better for me
Right.
is even with the arrangement that I really, really hate. If they just would have sped it up just a little bit and just put a little light beat under it. Just a
You
subtle
know what?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
or
that
something.
makes
Just
sense.
Ooh.
slightly. Just a little bit more tempo.
That's why.
See
That's why
that?
Crazy Love probably would have been best to put there.
Yep.
To
It
make
would have
it could
been
have kept it
best
a
to put
ballad,
there.
but the way it was almost a groove. Like just
Yes.
almost. It didn't have to be one, but just
We should have been the A&Rs, y'all, right here.
Facts.
Period.
we was
Exactly. If we was adults
y'all was
at
in
that time,
elementary and I was in middle school.
facts. If
Right.
we was this age for that time, that'd been a totally different conversation.
Totally. Because it'd have been like, let us A&R this project. We'd have been like,
Yeah,
girl, you do not
we was
need your
born
third
too late.
song as a ballad.
We were born too late. We missed the mark.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe next lifetime.
Right. Come on,
Oh my
Erica.
God. Yeah.
Okay. So we get into Lifeline.
Oh man.
I love this song.
It's
I
And
so
love
good.
this song.
that should have been a single.
Yeah.
Agreed.
At least a
Automated.
promo
Agreed.
single. Yeah.
Agreed. I agree.
I love it. I
I
wore
love
that.
her
Hell out of that
voice.
record.
Yeah.
It just this song is so the melody is so sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though it's a dance record, the melody is so sweet. And then the backgrounds on this is what gives me life. Because
Yeah.
when she was like, I met you when it was sunny.
Yeah.
What about when it rains? And then the background, when it rains. It's like that.
Woo.
Yeah, it's like it brings you in. And then it's just like, see, this is why I'm becoming a nerd. The 1 minute and 51 seconds to the 2 minute and 7 seconds. Be quiet, at least. It's just greatness to me because it's like she's flowing with the backgrounds and it's just so sweet. That melody is just so sweet. And then when she gets to that bridge, CeCe is blowing. That's why I'm like, once again, we didn't need Inside I Cry right there. We got her singing for her life on these dance records. Keep it there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then it's just like after that bridge, and then the background comes in with the ooh, and then they come in with the hook. Like that vocal arrangement to me is like top notch, and it gives me like vocal arrangement that Luther and Mariah had with their background vocals. That's what I got with this record. Like it was so ill to me. Like shout out to David Morales that produced everybody and they fucking mama. But like, like he done remixes for everybody and they mama. Like, but he got with this, and this vocal arrangement is just amazing. And the melody is so sweet to me. It's so sweet to me. I love it. Love it.
David Morales, they was outside. You hear me?
Yeah, because that was like, it's crazy though, because viewing her at that time, she was like a unique artist, and to make songs that fit for her was perfect. And like JR said, Inside I Cried, that song should never even been a single. Matter of fact, that song should never be on the album. That song should be on the shelf, hanging somewhere, But this right here,
and they used to play it too. They used to play it on Quiet Storm.
Yeah, every time they play that song, I skipped over. I'm like, man, look, I wait till y'all get done.
Oh my God.
And stuff. And this ain't a diss to her. I just
no.
But it's just that I wish, just like Elise said, that song should have been better. But now we get to this song where I love it, because I said, man, I like some songs you hear, like, man, they have so much beat up potential behind it, and you picture what it would look like. I'm like, man, what was A&R Records smoking on? That should have been a single.
But like you said, they was pulling for straws. This is their new artist that they want to blow up, because two of their biggest artists are gone. We trying to see what fits for her. And if a great A&R was there, it'd have been like, let's focus on this dance shit with her. And even though they did, they just kept it too long. It was like, let her grow and get behind her. I love how Elise said in one of our episodes, go behind your artists. Let them do. See what they're going to go with it. You might not like it, but let them be an artist and let them go and let them grow as an artist so you can see where they're going. So eventually you might actually catch up with them. You know what I mean? But if you leave them stagnant and be like, this is the artist that you are and you're not going to go anywhere else, where does this leave her? This leave her in the clubs. This leaves her there. She's trying to get over there. This is 91, 92. Again, we have a new girl that's about to come in and completely change the culture forever. It was like, now she's competing with her. And now everybody is like, okay, we're going to go to her. This girl is just dance. And eventually it faded out for her. And that's what bothers me. It was like she was on a lifeline. Really?
Yep.
Like, honestly, she was on a lifeline. And it kind of sucks. But it's like, again, it's just.
But a lot of it's a lot what happened to, go back 10 years of what happened to the disco artists. They were R&B artists, but they got pigeonholed into this category, even though they were much more than that. Yes, they were that too, but they were so many more things than that. But people wouldn't accept them singing the traditional R&B, and because that's when music shifted. So now what they did before they got labeled disco, that's not even in vogue anymore either.
Yep.
So it's like you just kind of a man without a country. You just kind of floating. It's like, it's hard. Like the exact same. I mean, it happens every decade.
It is bad too, because we had like the wrong people.
The 70s, nobody wanted to hear the doo-wop anymore. The people that got categorized into that, then they're in the space. What do I do? Every decade it happens.
Yeah, because we had the wrong people, in the office, tell people, oh, we should do this, do that. It was only a small portion that had good directions as far as put out singles. You had some just all over the place. I'm like, what is this, man? It's like going to somebody's birthday. I mean, it's kind of goes to somebody's cookout, And all niggas good is the cake and the ribs. That's it. You know, the chicken stale, macaroni stale, all that stale. Like, now, like, oh, do you want to go play? No, I'm good. You know, I'll holler at you later. My stomach's full. You know, so to me, you know, it's sad because when I hear these stories, it make you mad. Like, what could have been?
Mm-hmm.
And then
And it's great.
you think about I'm gonna take it away from music for a second. When you have people that are actual successful investors, not the scammers, but like investors and have portfolio, the first thing they always say, diversify your investment. You can't put everything into one place because if now if that blows up, that's wonderful. But if it doesn't, you put everything in it and you lose everything. But if you have a little bit in this pot, there, here, oh, then this becomes a sound. Oh, I got that. I got songs that do that. I'm established with a sound doing that, so people will accept it. But yeah, you can't just do one thing.
You know, it's kind of like in a black community. You know, she gets a lot of love because it's like Jr. said. You know, if you ask any fan of what's their favorite CeCe Peniston song, they gonna give you the whole catalog. You know, and I ain't talking about the ones that be shucking and jiving and stuff. And then you got you know what, they always mention that one particular song, and that's why I say that. I'm glad that we do R&B because to correct this, BS has been going on. They always label black artists as a one-hit wonder. Like, that's all the best they can do. So you mean tell me that here it is, CeCe Peniston got 5 #1 dance hits and nobody don't talk about? So you mean tell me that Deborah Cox got 13 #1 dance hits and nobody don't talk about?
Yeah.
So you mean tell me that James Brown got like 17 #1 R&B hits nobody don't talk about? Y'all saw feature with him how about 100? I mean, it's ridiculous. So that's why I say that this music industry, they only cater to certain black artists, but the rest of them is like they only put up with them enough to get them out the way.
It's also because of this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
And something you said, Rashad, like also when you go to the black fan, they're gonna say, oh yeah, keep on walking. Oh yeah, in the mood. They're gonna tell you all those.
Yeah.
You go to white person or a black person that just ain't in the music, they're gonna say, finally.
Yep. That's it.
And that's why it gets on those one-hit wonder lists. It's like, tell your friends the other day, JR, y'all are smoking the finest of crack cocaine.
They're your friends too. Don't do that.
I ain't lie though. They are your friends. I ain't lie.
Yeah, but they're yours too.
I might have lied by omission, but I ain't tell a bald face lie.
It is bad too though, because like whenever CeCe Peniston get interviewed by a talk show, like a big platform radio, whatever, they always mention about this song. They'll mention about nothing else. I'm like, you mean to tell me that she put out all these albums, regardless of how much they sold, how they charted? Where was you at, in between those years? I don't get it.
Nowhere.
Exactly. No damn where. So that's why I say that we got to do better. We got to do better.
That part. That.
I'm everywhere. Y'all ain't never there.
That part.
And stuff, but it's like her reign at that time was like lit because for her to have 8 of records on her shoulders and no other artist was even charted behind her far as for the label. I mean, it was like all about her, at that moment and stuff. And that label hasn't really lit a few since she left. And that's, I'm not capping, not lying. You give me a polygraph, I'll tell the truth. I'll tell the truth.
I mean, you're not lying. You're not lying. It just, I don't think CeCe, and it's not her fault, but I don't think she realized the weight that was put on her shoulders for her to really blow. And I don't think she realized that then. I think she see it now. It was like, whoa, okay, you had your 2 biggest artists dipping, and y'all would really want me to blow. So when finally blew, it was like, okay, we found our next girl. Let's do this. But dance was hot at that time. Like Sis said, it happens every decade because this is the time. This is between 89 and 93 is when dance music is running, Billboard, all of that. So they like, we found our girl. But once music changed, it's like all them people that was in them dance, they didn't cross over like that. They wasn't getting the thing no more. Like I think Keith Murphy, shout out to the homie Keith Murphy, he talked about how Show Me Love by Robin S was kind of the last record for dance that really crossed over, that really the new kids as far as the hip hop soul people was really rocking to. Because after that, what happened after that? It was all the Mary, SWVs, the TLCs, the them. These dance artists, they wasn't getting hits like that. Because I'm trying to think of CeCe and the Music Factory. You know the song "Come On Let's Sweat" that Martha Wash sing on, and all that. But then in
CNC Music Factory.
Yes.
Yeah. CeCe Music Factory.
It was Martha Wash's. But I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna leave it alone. But then you can see they came out in '94 with a record that was dance, but it didn't do as well as that record that everybody loved because why? Music changed. This was kind of like Elise said. This was when like the disco shit, when they was putting this shit in the baseball field and blowing up everything and saying we ain't fucking with dance no more. We're not fucking with disco no more. It's a whole new thing now. It's the new wave. And hip hop soul and all that became the new wave.
Yep.
And it was like, where do you leave CeCe? Because y'all tried to pigeonhole her in this dance shit. And she's like, y'all, hello, once keep on walking. Hello, think. Let's go there.
Yeah. And then you pitch, and I've seen this with other artists, you pitch a hold on for so long, and then when they finally do get to make the music they want to, the fans don't accept it because it doesn't feel real because they don't know that side of you.
That part.
Yep. They don't
even though that side was always there. That's who you were originally. But you know,
you can only stretch artists
with this hot dance record that just blew everything out of the water. And then now and we are very guilty of doing this. Nah, you went over there. Don't try to come. What?
Yes.
We are bad about that.
Very much.
I used to do it.
I did too. Yeah.
It ain't even me like, trying to berate
Cap
or cap or nothing like that. No, I used to do the same shit. Be like, no, they went over there. They need to stay over there. That's bullshit. I hate I even thought like that. Because that's not the intention of music. You should be able to flow in and out of all different genres. All our black folk that's rockers, they should all get to make a rock album.
Yeah.
The ones that are jazzy, they should get to make a jazz album. And that do just as good as their stuff they doing that was their hit, their first hit. They should they should do just as good when they go make that jazz album. Or when they make a rock album.
Yeah,
let that happen.
And that's what pisses me off about these executives. Whenever they have a talented artist, and they always come with a question like, "Oh man, like we don't know what to do." What the fuck you mean you don't know what to do? I want to ask you one more time. What the fuck you mean you don't know what to do? I'm gonna look you as a disappointed father. What the fuck you mean you don't know what to do? It's like I'm gonna give you an example. Chinese Wilson after "I Love You Smile" and "Save It Forever" for you, and it is for you. You mean tell me that when 21 Ways to Grow album came out, you mean tell me you could put "Save It Forever" is for you as the first two lead singles on the album? It's like, well, we don't make it a pop artist. Hello, like she said in the interview, she said I do both. That doesn't make any sense. Bad business decision.
It comes to race. Period.
Yep.
It comes to race. Yep. And as much as a lot of people don't want to say that, it comes to race because white artists don't go through that. They don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? Like they can cross over
They can
to
make
us and be good, and they still have their white audience. But then they can go do a song that ain't very urban, and it works for them.
Yeah.
But let it be us. We can stay urban. We good. But as
Mm-hmm.
soon as we do this stuff that quote unquote ain't urban, now it's like, oh nah, it ain't gonna work. It's just the race thing, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And I think CeCe might have got caught up in that because with her, a dance artist, white artists don't have to deal with that when it's dance for them because they
Mm-hmm.
can do dance and they good. When it comes to black dance artists, they keep them dance and that's it. And
Yep.
try to do R&B for them, it don't. All of a sudden, it don't work. Honestly, look at Deborah Cox. We talked about her so many times because I always said CeCe could have had the career that Deborah Cox had,
Yeah.
and I always feel like to me, CeCe opened that door for her. You know what I mean? Because,
Yep.
like Elise said, uh, um, Deborah was supposed to be the Whitney of that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Clive realized, wait a minute, Whitney is just too up there. So what we gonna do is keep her dance. And that's what they did. And that's why Deborah got so many dance because that's what they pushed her to. Now
Mm-hmm.
nobody's supposed to be here. Yeah, that was a big record. But that motherfucking dance mix was huge for her.
Woo.
It was a huge record for her.
Mm-hmm.
As much as Nobody's Supposed to Be Here was a big record for her, but that dance was huge for her because that's what the label pushed. They said we wanted to be dance.
Yep.
And that's the exact same thing they did with CeCe. Because we got to that second album, she came with I'm Not Over You, which is an R&B record,
Yep.
very R&B-ish, but they pushed it to dance. A number one dance record, but it peaked at like 32. They realized, okay, we need her to be dance. So we're gonna throw her with Hit by Love, which is a dance record, and we gonna keep her over there. But CeCe is like, I want to grow as an artist. Y'all had me here with Finally. Let me grow. They like, no, baby, we're gonna keep you here. But if she was this, she'd have been all
Mm-hmm.
right.
Oh
That's
man.
what bothers me about the industry and it's now and all that. It's this. This
Yep.
matters, people.
Because
It
if she was
matters.
white,
And that's just
yeah.
yeah, because like if she was white, her career stats would have been like where Madonna's at. As far as
hello.
hits. Yep. That's the real
Hello.
truth. Don't
Yeah,
lie
that's
on that one.
and then that's where the race thing really irks me is like the white artists, they can go make a bad album or go make an experimental album, go make an album that's completely out of their genre, and they're allowed to come back. Whether sometimes when they do that, it hits and sometimes it flops, but they get to do something else after that. And they don't it doesn't change the shine or the luster they have on it.
Yeah,
That
that's
part.
real true. You know, it is sad too though, because she definitely deserves more. You know, she definitely deserves her flowers. But she also needs to be, you know, her songs need to be embraced more, not just one song. And that's what I hate about, you know, these platforms because they'll forever gas the artist up. And then it manipulates more generations, and they go like, oh wow, they just a one-hit wonder. It takes one particular person, like, wait a minute now. Y'all talking about this song, you know, other songs, you know, like they jail just like that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
then
know, it's sad.
yeah. And then I'm gonna say, well, but they like when somebody come to me with that one hit wonder, you know what I ask them? I say, what is a hit? And what they answer will determine how I'm gonna obliterate them. Because no matter what the answer they give, I'm gonna fuck them up.
Yep.
Because it's going to be so if they say, oh, number one, I'm like, oh, then most of your favorite artists are one hit wonders. A lot of them are no hit wonders if number one is the criteria, right? But then they go like, oh, and then or if they answer and say in the top 40 top 40, I'm like, okay, then you're still wrong. Because this artist you said is a one hit wonder has 3 top 40 15 top 40 in other countries. So no matter what they answered, it's gonna be they're gonna be wrong.
Period.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna
That's
tell
what
me
it-
what you say. I have to break it down.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why, like, whenever it's like Women History Month, I always on her birthday, I post all the stuff that she accomplished and all her hits and stuff like that. And she left a comment a handful of times saying, "Thank you, I appreciate you making this post and stuff because I want the public on my end to see all the stuff she did, not just one song." The stats. The stats are important because if you're not posting, what these all these other songs did, and it's kind of like, what is you in it for? What for views? What for money? I mean, I can do the same thing too, but I don't want my company to grow stale. So that's how I look at it.
Right. Huh. All right. So we go into It Should Be You. I love this record because
I like that record. Yeah.
It's a cover.
Yeah, she did an awesome job covering that song.
She did an awesome record. Yes, because you know what's so crazy? When I heard this song, at least when we did, what episode we did? The Mariah episode. When you said you knew without you and you knew the words. You just didn't know why. You just knew it, right? You just knew it. So when I heard this song, I was like, I know these words. Who the hell did this shit? Like, I knew it. And then I said, that's when the music nerd in me. And I was like, wait a minute. I took it back to when my family would go to my Aunt Doreen's house in Long Island, and she would have her parties. And they would play this Gwen Guthrie song. And they would play this. And I said, I knew that was it. And a lot of they would play it on Kiss. And New Yorkers, y'all know what Kiss FM was. And they would play this on there, but it was more funkier. This is 82. So it was the funk in it. But CeCe's producer made it house. And I love both, to be honest. I can't, you know what I mean? Because, again, CeCe singing for life, like I said.
Yeah, she's
and
singing
Gwen,
down.
yes, and Gwen is singing for life too. And I just love when CeCe is like at the end, it's like a minute left. And then she's like, I've been such a long time. True love so hard to find. Like that, all the way to the end. I love that. But I love her cover because even though Gwen did her thing as, her cover, and it's funkier and it's great, but the way CeCe does it, it's like, it's hers. I like she made it hers rather than trying to be like Gwen's version. That's what I love about it. This joint, and it makes you groove. Again, as an A&R, they should have just kept the dance going and leave that other song out. You got us on a high, you know what I mean? Keep it high. You know what I mean? You got us with Lifeline now. It should be you. You should have never broke it up with inside that I cry. Just keep us there. And we high. We on it. We dancing. We grooving. You know what I mean? And this joint is just great. And it just takes me back to being at my aunt's house as a little kid, probably 2, 3 years old, dancing on shit that I don't even know what the fuck I'm dancing for. But I'm liking it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And I keep going back to Inside That I Cried because I wanted better for that song. You know what would have been dope? If it would have been, and this is in a lot of dance records, where it's a slow beginning, like a lead up, and then a beat drop, and then it gets fast, and make it like they could have, and then they could have had like another like an outro of maybe with the ballad or something. Like they could have found a way.
It's kind of like like Troops album Deeper. You know the song called Set Me Free? It was like a New Jack Sweet, up tempo. And at the very end of the song, you hear John singing. It turns to a ballad. And you're like, oh my God, like this is like on a whole different level and stuff. And that's why I say that whoever made the decision to make that the third single, they should have been fired. And stuff. Because that was me. I'd be like, hey, look here, bro. Who made this the single? Oh, well, you know, this and that. Yeah, bro. You out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Because they could have had a belter intro. Think about In Vogue. You know, the
yeah,
way that worked, and it busted to a dance New Jack
Upbeat,
Swing
yeah,
yeah,
song.
facts.
true,
But it opened up with
true.
them showing the vocal chops. That would have, like JR said, that would achieve the goal of, oh, she can really sing, and then it go into it to at least acclimate people to knowing that she can do the ballads. And then when you get the ballads and the grooves later on, it makes sense. You got a little taste, and then later
Mhm.
down you're like, oh, okay, and you kind of accept it more. Damn, we
That's
should have been A&R.
come on,
Yep.
somebody.
Yeah, you laugh. I mean, sometimes I swear, like, you know, like certain albums you hear, it's like you just want to. It's like you just swing your fist in the air, like, damn, I wish I was a part of that album. Just correct all this shit. No lie. I swear, it just disappointed. You know, that's why it's sad though, because artists they really had that much control. Some did, some did it. Some
Yes,
decision
yeah.
was good. Some decisions should never have been out in the public. Like, look, now
Mhm.
we're gonna shove all these songs. We're gonna do a redo. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You know,
So
it's
the
like,
Agreed.
next song, me and Rashad just ain't gonna say nothing. JR, what's the next song and go off?
Keep on walking, y'all. Listen to me now. Listen to me right now. This is a top 5 song for me ever. I think CeCe and I think Steve knows this. I think Steve Silk Harley knows this. I can't.
Hurley!
yeah.
Huh?
Hurley.
Oh, Hurley, Lord have mercy. Thank you, thank you. I'm sorry, Steve. I'm sorry. But I think they know that I love this song so much. This is a perfect song for me. Like, if you know JR, you know that I love this song. It means everything to me. It just brings me back to the summer of 92. I wasn't in South Carolina for that long. I was there for like 6 months getting, my feet wet, you know what I mean? And this is it's a culture shock. I'm coming from New York to South Carolina. Music was always my life. And it was like walking around campus and the boys were playing it and the girls were playing it. Like this, people need to understand. Hey, Apartment 5B,
Hey, hey, Kill. The guys were playing it too.
Yep.
love you, bruh. Love you, big brother. We got to let you know what it is.
Cause
Everybody,
including your everybody's GOAT, greatest of all times,
you
mentioned it
better
in the
act like
song.
CeCe and keep
Mhm.
on walking.
Yeah.
He said it.
Yep.
So everybody was playing this record. And it just brings me back to that time. I just remember being in the middle of the living room doing the Running Man anytime this song came on. My little ass legs in front of the TV, just freaking going off, watching the video on Video Soul. You know what I mean? It brings me back to when my mother was braiding her hair, because my mom used to braid her own hair, you know what I mean, on the
Okay.
weekends. And we would have the TV on, and Video Soul would be on, and my mom would be braiding her hair, and Keep On Walking would come on, and I would just go crazy. And it just brings me back to the good old days. And that's why I love this song so much, because it's so special to me. It just, oh, God, no, I'm not gonna do it. It means so much to me, and it just brings back to the good old days, because also during that time it was a lot of trying stuff that me and my mother was going through at that time, and a song like this just brought us out of it. So we would just, anytime we would hear, you can just dun dun
Yeah.
walk on. It would just take us away from anything that we were dealing with, and it just made me feel good. And then to watch the video and to have, like, literally, you had Big Laz in the video, you had Lorianne Gibson in the video.
Yeah.
They are eating this video up with CeCe with her silver jacket in there just eating. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going crazy in this video, and this song just means everything to me, and it just brings me back to the good times when I was a kid, and to have Shantae Savage, who wrote "We Got a Love Thing," also on backgrounds with her, and this like everybody was in this video. Big Les, Lorianne Gibson, Big Daddy Kane, Moni Love. Like this was a big record. You know what I mean? And I think A&M realized, like I would have thought they would have wait a minute. We got a love thing that was dance. We got finally that was the dance. We get into keep on walking. This is a dance joint, but it's very urban, very urban. And you can go that way. But no, they didn't think about that. They want to keep her in dance once again. And like CeCe said in an interview, who the interviewer I'm not going to talk about because I don't rock with him, but she was like, "Yo, I gave you a dance, 2 dance joints. I gave you an R&B record, which was Keep On Walking, and I gave you a ballad when Inside That I Cry. You gonna tell me y'all gonna keep me here? Come on, like
that really don't make sense.
I gave y'all different vibes. Keep On Walking. I wanted her to perform this at the Apollo because if she would have, that crowd would have lost their mind. She only did finally what?
When was that performance?
You talking about the finally and
Apollo?
Yeah,
she had to be 92, early 92. So it had to be.
The song didn't come out till May.
And you're right. You're absolutely right. Because you know what a song was also playing around that time when Keep On Walking came out? You Remind Me by Mary. And that came out in June of freaking 1992. So
you know why I remember it came out today? Because that song came out right around my 13th birthday.
Come on, somebody.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
I remember the video coming out very very vividly. I remember that, and it was right around my birthday. I remember that.
Yes. So you right, because it did come out in the summer of 92. So it was like, you know, she performed finally.
No,
and
it came out in May. That's the spring.
Spring. And it was like she performed finally and You Win, You Lose in early 92. So it was like, we got her to Apollo, but they should have brought her ass back so she could have did Keep On Walking because the crowd would have lost their fucking mind.
Oh man,
lost their mind with that record. What?
The album sales would have went crazy.
Nuts, yo. Like when you look online and see the performances of Keep On Walking, it's only on Top of the Pops.
Yep, only on Top of the Pops.
That's it.
Yeah, because
like, what was y'all doing? Like, even though this was a #1 dance hit, this was a top 15 pop hit. If y'all would have had her on freaking Apollo, you could have had her doing Regis and Kathy Lee at the time.
Yeah.
Let her go on there. Y'all could have really had a big record with this. And it fit with what was going on at that time. Music was changing. You had Mary, You Remind Me, and had Keep On Walking. You see, if y'all watch them at the 1993 Soul Train Awards, they had Mary and CeCe performing at the same time. They had CeCe come out and do Keep On Walking first, and then they had Mary come out and do Real Love. It fit. So y'all had a gold mine with Keep On Walking, and you messed up. But Biggie said, I got you, because he was listening to it, and that's why he put it in his rhyme. Come on, R.I.P. to Big.
Yeah, because you know what? If you know, it's like in the music video, Keep On Walking, you start to see the shift change. Because if you know, like the first 2 videos, very colorful, her hair was short, you know, and rocking that oversized Keiko head. And then we start to see like a I Thought You Knew, CeCe Peniston, where like the dark tone cuts out of Cub, you start to see the transition.
Yes.
Even the
I
video
don't know
itself
if
was
anybody
sparkling.
remembers. I don't know if anybody remembers. There was a remix video, you know, said to keep on walking. It was the same format, but like I think like most of the hook was remix, whatever. Yeah, they had on video so and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
But even though the remix did get a lot of love, but the original was played a whole lot and
Yeah.
stuff. And you could
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
that split 92, like you said, when Barry came in, all of a sudden you start to see the transition of CeCe Peniston, you know, from there and stuff. It seemed like whatever artists at the tail end of like a last video, you start seeing, you know, the alter their look and stuff.
Agreed.
And,
Agreed.
and
Yeah.
in that video, where Bodie Love was walking with CeCe Peniston, they were looking at the guys, you know, on the block and stuff. I don't know if anybody peeped it out. If you look at Whitney Houston music video, My Name Is Not Susan, the same type of a look, like how Whitney Bodie Love was looking at a guy like, oh, girl, you know, look at him. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward from 91 to 1982, the same type of way.
I ain't fucking with you, Rashad. Because you're right. Like I had to think about that video, and I was like, he's right. Like,
yeah,
wow.
It was seeming like they kind of used Bodie Love, like, hey, you know what? Since she did a good job, you know, she did rap on Whitney Houston song, like, let's bring her back.
Yeah, she did.
If that was the fucking case, okay, since they had a remix, put Bodie Love on there. You know what I'm saying? That would have bred the My Name Is Not Susan sequel.
True.
If that was the case, if he wants to go there.
True. That's very true.
And one more thing about the Keep On Walking that I was talking to Rashad about before you came in, JR, was that song was the perfect midpoint of meeting both of those sides. It was very dancey, but it was very R&B / like street hip hop-ish, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But the reason they couldn't follow up Keep On Walking with a song like that, because it won't no other songs like that.
That's
so
true.
It was like, oh, this is really hitting that R&B urban market. That's why they put out Inside Out I Cried. They put out her little R&B ballad Next.
Yep.
That was the 4th single.
I ain't fucking with you either, because you're right.
That was the only like more traditional R&B.
For real.
Well, no, they could have did like I said, I mean, they could have did Crazy Love, but they didn't have another high energy.
Yeah.
Everything else was a groove or ballad. So
even though the last song on this album, it was very New Jack. It wasn't Keep On Walking.
No, that last song was the song that
we ain't get there yet. Wait. Wait. Just wait.
I know what you're talking about.
Just wait. Wait a minute.
But yeah.
Wait a minute. So all right. So Keep On Walking. We everybody love this record from CeCe, for real. So we go into Crazy Love, which I feel is the best vocal performance that we got from CeCe, period, on this record. To me, it's perfect. Nothing wrong with it. She sounds amazing on it. It's like a great mid. It's like nothing. It's what I want inside I Cry vocally. I wanted that. That's what I wanted.
That should have been the 4th single instead of Inside Out I Cry.
Yes.
Yep.
I agree.
That's what should have followed That was the closest to another like black ass traditional R&B song with tempo.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the closest.
Yes. And it was such a groove. She looked beautiful in the video. But like Rashad said, a lot of our videos were definitely where labels was looking at other people, because that video very much gave me Lisa Fisher. What's her record? Yes, How Can I Ease the Pain? It gave me that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But she looked amazing in the video. It was a vocal performance that I loved. And like I said, it's like this song, like Elise explained, it's the versatile that you wanted. You got, finally, we got a love thing, Keep On Walking. go right into Crazy Love, which is a mid, but you're still singing on it, but it's still a groove. It would have still kept her there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
It did.
But you know what that song was missing that I think would have made it a bigger song?
What?
The drums needed to be harder. Because it's got that soul to soul kind of groove to it. But it needed to be.
Yeah.
It needed to be.
That.
And she has such a powerful voice. You could put every loud thing behind her and it's not going to drown her out at all.
You said that before, sis.
It ain't not one song to where the beat is drowning her out. And she danced to, and she's singing to the hardest dance, shit. And you still hear her first.
You said that before, sis. I remember we were coming from the liquor store at my house. Don't judge us, y'all.
Sound good.
And we were playing CeCe. And she said, and I remember you said when we got to this song, you was like, this could have had some harder drums. Because you said if it did, it still ain't gonna drown out CeCe because her voice is still powerful.
Yeah.
And it would have worked. See, Elise is consistent, y'all. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah. They would have had the drums. Oh, my God.
I remember I said it.
You would have slaughtered the hell out of that song.
We would come, yes. I when you said it, I remember us coming from Giant and going to the liquor store and we played CeCe on the way home. And we played Crazy Love. And you was like, bro, you know what this is missing? And I was like, even though I love the record, I'm like, what you think? You was like, drums should have been harder. Because if it would have, it wouldn't drown out CeCe because her voice is so powerful. And I just remember looking at you like, you nerd. Like, you nerd. You nerd because it makes sense because CeCe's voice is so powerful. You ain't drowning out that voice at all. So the drums wouldn't have did it, even though the song is great. But if the drums would have been a little louder, it would have been fine.
It would have been fine, yeah. You know, because
wrong with the song at all.
Yeah, that album, you know, it's like whenever you think about an album, it was like the album was good, but it was like a hit at best because that Inside a Cry really put a dent on the album. It's like that should have been a single because whenever you have 2 or 3 first singles that's powerful, you have to capitalize and match that. You know, you just can't be like, okay, well, people gonna take it, they're gonna listen to it heavy. It doesn't work like that. You know, every fan is gonna gravitate towards the song that you think that's gonna be good and turn out to be the opposite. Yes. You know, I mean, the song, I mean, it's but like just like both y'all said, the song could have had more potential and had it would have been tweaked a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, when I think of Inside a Cry, it felt like an 80s type of song or like an early 80s or maybe like a 70s record. You know?
Yes. And that's why I think Crazy Love was the record. It was perfect for me. And again, I agree with Elise as far as the drums, but I think it was a perfect groove for what it was, and it was great. To be honest with you, it kind of reminds me like Betty Wright could have got on a record like this.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I could have seen her eating a record like this. But again, it was still current. And that's what CeCe was. And I think that's what A&M wanted. But again, like Elise said, y'all did not market this record right. You know what I mean? Like, and the track listing was completely off. Because if you wanted, the 2 dance songs that started off the album, you could have went to Crazy Love. It was a groove, boom. And then go back up with Lifeline. Keep us there with, should be you. Keep on walking. And then you could have went to I See Love.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it would have been fine. You know what I mean? But who are we? But Crazy Love is a dope song. It's dope.
I love the song.
I love it too. I think this is her best vocal performance to me on this album. It's a beautiful vocal, and I think this is great for her.
Yeah, because she has a powerhouse voice and stuff, because that's what I hate about with A&M Records. You could tell they would slowly start taking a nosedive of the direction they was going in.
Yes.
like, how can you do right by one, big artist with Janet Jackson, but mess things up for the next artist? I don't get that. That's, to me, that it doesn't make any sense and stuff. She didn't have the control of what song should be first, second, fourth, and fifth, but still, like you say, if we was adults at that time, there'd be a totally different conversation in that office. And they would let us say that album would have made more of an impact than all her future albums. That's one of the reasons why Inner Records took a nosedive, Giant Records, all those so-called labels, say got the fuck out the way. By the time I graduated high school in 2000, they was gone. So, it's sad.
And then we come to I See Love.
I see love. Shout out to Devontae Swinger.
You don't even talk about that.
That just goes to show you, again, I will always say this shit, how Devontae don't get his credit, Brian Alexander Morgan don't get his credit, and Dave Hall. For that time, them three really was changing music, but people don't give them the respect that they deserve. It goes from L.A. Reid and Babyface, Teddy, Jam and Lewis to Timbaland and freaking Neptunes, and they miss those three. Yeah. Freaking Devontae was all over the place, and this is 91, mind you. 92 was an album coming in, so he clearly did this in 91. Jodeci was not doing anything. They came out with their album in May of 91. So he wasn't like the hottest person to get with. And he got on CeCe's album, which convinced me that her and JoJo did a record on her Moving On album in 96 that was produced by Devontae. But it's like, I See Love sounds like a Jodeci record.
Yeah.
It sounds like
it does.
Me and Rashad said sound like I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
I think was that you that said that, Rashad? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It does. And you and him and Daryl Peterson Peterson did I Don't Want to Do Anything Else with Mary and KC. Sounds just like that. Like
Yep.
You
could tell producer sound.
Yes.
Instantly.
That part.
You'd be like, okay, yeah, this sounds like a Devontae record. This sounds like a Face record. Because they got their little signature sound to it. And sometimes you hear the background vocals or whoever they rock with, you actually hear that. And it is weird because like with Devontae, when it comes to producer sound, they only mention about what stuff he did for his group. They barely mention about what he did for other people. And I get it. Yeah, but that to me, like, if you go acknowledge one part of Hill, why can't you acknowledge all? That doesn't make any sense. That's why I hate this business, because all this narrate one-sided bullshit is ridiculous. I hate that. It's like it's like we walk into the building and everybody got a pair of Jordans. I'm like, I don't give a damn about that shit. Like, I got some Nikes. Throw some Adidas or something. Why should I wear Jordans all the time? Hell, that shit don't last long. Shit tear out too damn fast. I'm not spending on $300-400 for a damn pair of Jordans. Fuck that, man. I can use that for buying groceries or something. Man. I don't swear with that shit.
Yeah, I See Love. Y'all see that, right? Come on, right. Right.
That's so annoying though. That's why I say that, her album, it's like, I hate when albums that it is good, but the way they control stuff, it's like with her, it's like her career is so one-sided. And the way that the white people put her in that position sucks. So like, this ain't no racist thing. This is the truth. It's like on the black side, she has a great balance. But on the other side, it's like, well, damn, and y'all view her as that. And that's why I say, please don't put me on no mainstream platform and talk about, the history of black artists. I swear I would smoke the boots off of every last one of them. Like, they'll have the buzz of me in a heartbeat. I don't care, man.
Oh man.
And that's the real truth, you know. But like just like all of us said, she was a pre-Deborah Cox, and I thought about it, I said, had it would have just like you said, let her grow and evolve. All those songs that Deborah Cox sung, you know, saying, you know, I was like, just imagine that would have been for CeCe.
Yeah.
Sentimental. Oh God, Who Do You Love, and all those other joints and stuff. And I'm like, that sounds like a CeCe Peniston type of records. I'm like, what the? I'm like, what the fuck, you know? And these labels, they make duplicates of another artists. Like, okay, since you sound like this, you know what? We gonna give these type of records. You know,
They duplicate. They try to duplicate instead of innovate. I sound like a black preacher. You don't duplicate. You gotta innovate. Stop trying to renovate the old house and build you a new house.
that's like, you know, that's kind of like, you know, a guy, you know, breaking up one person and trying to find another person that looks like them, dressed like them. I don't want to date the same person that look like my ex. No, you know, like I want to upgrade. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's stupid.
Breathe, JR, breathe. Drink some water.
CPR, clear.
At least you have a problem. I'm sorry. Y'all go to the next song, please.
I'm sorry. Instead of innovate, you gotta innovate so you can reinvigorate your label, my nigga.
But you know what? It's funny too, though, because you know what? Get back to that song, "Keep On Walking." If you think about it, like with the last song, the last single of that album, I mean, it got love, but it didn't really jump over. So like they kept repeating, "Keep On Walking," and that song carried her. Besides the other ones, over to like by the time the second album came out and stuff. In '93, you know, she put like "I'm in the Mood." And back in those days, BET had a thing where like, okay, if an album did good, they're gonna keep playing it until it's time for an artist to drop another album. That's what I like about BET, like they kept it going. LTV, they were like, okay, next, you know, said BET, they kept that in rotation. So shouts to Bob Johnson and, you know, also the people who, you know, who kept that going, the people who created Midnight Love, Video Vibrations, BET, all of them. So that was our social media. They kept it going, like how we keep stuff going. So they got for them. Because for us, you know, we didn't miss nothing. But I hate when I post certain stuff. I hate when some fans be like, "I remember that video, I remember that song," and they would tag another person on social media like, "You remember that song? Look, just say your ass didn't have cable, all right? Or you want to talk badass kids that stay in trouble all the time. Just say your ass didn't have cable. Get all out the way. Don't, you know, like if like my father didn't have cable, I would never left no comment. I would have said nothing. I would have kept scrolling. But I hate when people do that. You can post a certain artist and talk about a certain song, a certain album, and these motherfuckers will say me like, "Oh, remember this album? Hey, Dante. Hey, Lisa, you remember this song? Get the fuck out of here. Why would you tag another person to say you remember this song? I never seen the video. Come on, you be telling me that your ass watch BT every freaking day since you was a youngin'. And you say you never saw this video. Come on now. Just say you was a badass kid that stayed in trouble. Are you black ass that had no cable? You know, pick which one. You know, because I mean, I hate that, man. You know, it's I don't know why we do that stuff.
In the words of Rashad, man, stop capping.
Please.
You kill me every time you say it. It's the way you say it, and it slays you every time.
Slays.
Please stop capping. That gets on my nail. I hate that though, because I don't know why us adults we have to say stuff, and you know, if we get a backlash, it's like your mother said, if you got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Period.
Hello.
Yeah. So I would never go on anybody's page say, "Oh, I never saw that video." I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I would look like a fool even going there. I hate when folks do they claim they watch BT every freaking day. The first 6 days a year. Oh, I miss Video Soul. Oh, I miss Midnight Love. Hey man, I never saw this video in my life. Hey Tracy, you see this video? God, I never saw it. Motherfucker, you guys had on cable. God damn it, shit. Oh yeah, well, what? Channel 3, Channel 41, Channel 2. Come on now, man. There you go.
And then we get to
Oh
you
boy.
win, I win, we lose. And you know how I feel about this song?
Mm.
No, I'm fine with the song. But you know what artist song it sound like? Who would have Mariah?
Yeah.
The production, everything. That is something they would have gave to Mariah.
Yeah.
Well, not gave to her because she wrote her shit. But you know what I mean? Like that they would have gave her that type of production.
I can see that. I can see that. I
tell you what I do like about this song.
What?
I like the chorus. But I don't really like the verses.
That part.
Yeah.
It's just kind of dull. But but the chorus saves it for me. Because it be losing me, and then it gets to the chorus, and I really groove with the chorus. And then then it changes. The chorus don't sound like the rest of the song.
It is bad when you got a dope chorus and the lyrics, don't sound good. It's like everything supposed to match and stuff. It was kind of like, like what we all said on the Freddie Jackson's second album. It was like, okay, since we got all these bangers, like let's just throw something out there real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the album. That's not good. If you're gonna make a classic album, then every song has to build up from track 1 to like track 15 or whatever. You just can't just throw anything on there.
I just did not like this because the first verse, she don't even sound like herself. No. If y'all listen to that first verse, CeCe does not sound like CeCe to me. They let her go once it got after, like Elise said, the hook, and then she gets into the second verse. She started sounding like CeCe, but again, I just don't like how this song was structured to me. It felt like it was one of the first songs done for the album, and I just don't like how, first of all, with me, if you don't get me with the first verse, and to me, CeCe don't even sing the first verse like herself. It sounds very, very like they said, try to sing it like this, and she don't even seem comfortable on the first verse to me, and that's why I don't like this song. To me,
they must have had like a disagreement on that, and I bet you she probably like, well, let me go get this out the way. Let me go ahead and sing it their way so they can shut up and stuff like that. And you could tell with some albums you hear, it's like you can tell artists feel comfortable with this certain producer, and some is like very stiff and stuff. One thing I wish her voice, like keep the one songs we like. I wish she would have got with like a Jimmy Jam or a Babyface or like a Daryl Simmons. Michael was a daughter of Michael. You know what I'm saying?
But A&M didn't have that money.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they ain't got that. Yeah, so had they had that advanced money, I've been around.
Yeah.
What's wild is the same producer. That's the same producer team that did Finally. That did Should Have Been You.
Yeah. And that's what makes me upset. That is the exact part that makes me upset. Y'all got her great on up tempos and it's great songs, but y'all get to this song
and the next
and it don't even sound like her on the first verse.
And the next
to me.
Yeah, because I think what it was when they only had like the short period of time, it's like, oh man, like let's hurry up and put something up real quick because like don't give us a deadline. Some producers think they slick when they do that type of stuff.
Yes.
And I seen that happen before. Like, oh my God, dude, like, look, man, the boss only give us a week to put a song to get us through anything and stuff. Hey, CeCe, hurry up, put this song, And I think it was a rush type of thing. And that's sad.
It seemed like this was one of the songs that we had to get done to me.
Yeah.
Because she's not connecting to it. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I believe that was like the last song she recorded.
Shouldn't even go off or nothing.
No.
You don't get no like wild run in it or nothing. And that's what you're looking. I'm sorry. If I hear that's the one thing I give inside that I cried. It was CeCe being fucking CeCe, and she was
Yes.
doing her little CeCe isms and how she
Yep.
pronounces words and how, the emphasis she puts on the syllables. Like you was getting all of that on that. The song didn't work for us, but it was
Raw
genuine.
CeCe.
It was her.
Yep.
Yes,
This doesn't.
I agree. You win, I win, you lose. It was not her to me.
Yeah, that's sad too though, because like some albums you hear, and you can tell it's that one particular song they just hurry and rush. It was like a deadline. That last week they had to hurry and get something out the way.
And that might have been it. Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't though. Okay, like let's take our time and try to go with a full bag. Like let's hurry up. And that's bad because it's like when you're independent, you can take your time. Now it's like back then it was like hurry up.
Yeah, 2 months to do an
That's
album.
one thing.
2 months.
Pros and cons of the machine. The problem of the machine is it is a machine, and the machine's going to keep on running. And
Yeah, that's true.
You keep up with it or you don't. And so, but in exchange for that, you get all the backing and all the promo and get all the placement and all that. That's, it's a. But if you're independent, yeah, it's gonna sound how you want it, but you ain't gonna get no push. You ain't gonna get no money to record it. You ain't gonna get no money to make a video.
Come on. Yeah.
You can barely afford to tour, but you need the tour to make money. It's like
Weren't we just talking about that today?
we really were.
And what I like about this album though, because it's so, with her personality, she's so happy, vibrant. The album's colorful. That's what I like about, the whole album, like the single covers, the A side, the B side, the main album cover stuff, and the photo shoots. Everything was like a perfect blend. Except for Inside a Cry, that should have been taken out because it doesn't blend in with the whole imagery of it.
Well, the last song.
Yeah, last.
Virtue.
I'll take Inside That I Cried over that. I'll take You Win, I Win, We Lose.
Yep.
I'll listen to them 5 times before I listen to this once. I don't like this song.
You can tell what was being done. This was a New Jack Swing, and they was trying to Teddy Riley it. That's all they were doing, and it did not work.
I ain't like the lyrics. The chorus bad. I do not like this song.
And you could tell they were trying to. This was a woman's empowerment type of record, but it didn't come off great.
Virtue, like what?
Yes. And then CeCe kind of talking her shit. You better respect my virtue. It's like, girl.
But CeCe wouldn't.
Baby girl.
That's not how she would have said it. That's how you know that's something they gave her, because she might have been, you better respect me. You know what I'm saying? Or
yeah,
already got it. Keep on walking.
And plus, on top of that, and plus her being in the early 20s, she was a kid, and she probably thought that, okay, I had to say this in order to fit for the consumers and everybody. Be younger, like now, older CeCe Peniston would be like, nah, we ain't doing that. This house should be like this.
Yeah, because when you in your 20s, she was like, I ain't doing that. When we did get older CeCe, she was like, no, I want to make R&B.
This kind of reminds me of what they did at the end of Tracy Spencer's album, when we talked about that with Anita. And that last song on the album, they tried to give it a little bit of street. They wanted it to be street and all of this and connect to the hip, and it did just not
come across.
It came out corny. You already had the street record. Keep on walking. That was your street record. You didn't need this. If you wanted to end it with you win, I win, we'll lose. End it, done. You know what I mean? And to have Virtue, and then to have CeCe just talking and the dude going back and forth trying to do some positive K back and forth type of mess. It just did not come up. I knew you were going to smile. Hey, Mark. I knew you were going to smile, but it just did not come off right. It felt very forced and very corny.
That song was trash. Herb Alpert wrote over his grave right now. He's alive. Oh my God, that song was just.
I can always depend on Rashad to be real with it. He said it was trash.
I hate that though, because it's sad too what hurts the artist albums when you got journalists, reviewers.
Mm-hmm.
You got some of them will be honest with you, some you agree, and you be like, well, damn. Looking back at it, you think to yourself, like, should I bought this album? Or should I have not?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're looking at the internet, it's like, okay, we could just play whatever. But back then you had no choice. You don't like, wow, like, can I get $20? I need to go to the record store and get this so and so.
Right.
And even back then, I listened to, songs, and I'd be like, oh man, why did they put that on there? Those songs like, yo, this is jamming. You had to fast forward up and get to the next song you like. So
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, that was the time. Yeah, cassette time, vinyl and cassette time was the time where an album had to be sequenced right.
Yeah.
Where it really, really mattered even more, because who want to sit there and fast forward, or who want to pick up the needle and bring everything? Like, so it was so important, and that's why we did get a lot of well sequenced albums, like through the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
For that reason, because the consumer won't go put up with so much crappy, sequencing, or throwing crappy songs in the middle of really great songs. They won't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that, and that's the thing too, though, because I was just thinking about, anytime you got two stars leaving your label, you got like a new artist that's get ready to become a superstar. You got to capitalize off of that. I don't care how much money you got to scrape up. I don't give a damn if you got to take some, put them on a corner, make some money. Hey, we got an artist, we got a market. We got to do it right. And I wish that A&R Records could have done it right for her. And because to me, her voice and the songs that we like the most, and I thought to myself, like, what could have been? She could have, had things would have been right for her, she could have had her own Star Walk of Fame. She probably would have been a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by now, and stuff. Just a whole bunch of stuff. But I hate that, because whatever artist that's been limited to a certain degree, it's kind of like you treat the art like a stepchild, in a way. And for some reason, it's like there's some good parts of it, but there's some staleness in between. So it makes you question, like, what was all these people's minds that was calling themselves giving the artist a great direction. So it's like the final album is like a great album, but it's a hit and miss all in between. It's like a relationship. You had your good moments, and you had your bullshit moments. Then you had, all kinds of crap. It leads to confusion and stuff. So it is sad, because then you got these people that call themselves, know it all. They treat it like a one-hit wonder. So it's like, damn, this album's not really getting no type of attention. So it's like Debbie do, Debbie don't. Whenever you label artists one-hit wonder, it's like it fickles the sales, it fickles everything. It is sad that the artist will get on love until the internet comes in. It is fucked up like that.
It is.
It is. It is crazy because, okay, she won all those awards for the single finally, but she should at least win an award for Keep On Walking, in my opinion. And like JR said, it's whether you market on the dance side, that's cool. But market on the R&B side too, that's a potential number one R&B hit.
Because guess what? If the R&B hit, you make a dance mix and sell it again.
Yep. Facts.
It's like sell that same song.
Yeah, it was number one on video song.
Times.
Yeah. It was number one video song, music video. It's like, okay, we're number one on the video side, but how could y'all push that on, the radio side, the Billboard side?
Yeah, why they didn't do? They could push the dance. I mean, there is a dance mix to it, but they could have pushed it.
They could have pushed it. That's common sense.
I wish I could have shown my vinyl while y'all talking about it.
Yeah, and stuff. And
it's over there somewhere, but y'all, yes, because I love Keep On Walking. So.
And speaking of video, we just mentioned Keep On Walking, the little boy that broke that sunflower with the little girl. Me as a kid, I want to whoop his ass. I said, bro, what you doing, man? And stuff. Oh man.
God.
And that's a real
Yes.
truth, no lie and stuff. And I think when A&L they realized they, I think it was some guy. It wasn't an unsung. He said that he was a part of the staff crew. He said A&L did make a lot of mistakes because they brought new people in, and it was like they thought they knew it all. It's like, well, we could do what the people that work for other Janet did. No, you can't. I need somebody that sees. I need somebody that know what they're doing. Like JR said, it's like for one, like how can you sit here and say, oh, that's Michael Jackson? That's only one Michael Jackson. There's only one Chris Brown. There's only one Usher. Every artist is different. Yeah, they dance and all that, but you only got that one person that come on this earth and tear it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's only one CeCe Peniston. It's only one Deborah Cox. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you one thing, I would love for them to have do a duo album or EP. That shit will be bananas. Deborah Cox and CeCe Peniston. I ain't no millionaire, but I put some money behind that shit. For real.
Yeah. So now we come to my favorite part of the show.
Let's get it.
It's gonna be our word song association. So I'm gonna give you 5 different songs from 1992, R&B songs, and you tell me just the first thought or memory or first word that comes to your mind when I say that song. It'll all be from 92. So I'm gonna start with Troop, Sweet November.
You know what? When I think about this song, to me, it was like here and another. All I do is think of you by Troop. There was nothing to do. A great record. Not so as far as me on a fan perspective, I like that record. It would not be like the song I would play, every day. It would have to be one of the type of songs I play like every now and then. Mm-hmm. But it's a great record and stuff like that, man, the music video was dope. It showed that Troop could still match what they did, #1 R&B hit and things. I wish that they could have had more success, but we all know how that came and went. Mm-hmm. Anyway, next.
Yep. So I'm glad we have Rashad because see, you're somebody that remember even the songs that didn't like explode. Because I love my other guests, but most of them I have to tailor it very particular because
I know the feeling on that. You gotta bring it right back.
So that's why when you were saying, I don't never hear that, I'm like, no.
Yeah, because I have one
go breaking my heart because I be trying to pick something I think people would know, and they don't know it. I'm like,
yeah, because I have one girl.
And then I feel bad because I'm, it's like it's awkward.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I have one girl on my platform. She kept talking. I said, skirt. Hey, before you jump off the bridge, let me bring it back real quick. Yeah. I see you was going, and you about to jump off that cliff for a second. I'm trying for you to commit suicide. I know it's lying.
So the next one is one that I randomly had a 12-inch to.
Was it Walmart Colors?
Low key, I got a thing for you. What you got?
Oh, classic.
Oh, you baby. I'm sorry.
That right there, I swear, you know what? That group is so dope. Whenever I think about that music video, it came at a time where, okay, you have video so doing this thing, but Midnight Love, oh my God. I call that video so 2.0 because it was like some videos was played on video, so wasn't. And Midnight Love had that. And what's weird for that to be a top 5 R&B hit. Some say it's #1, some say it's top 5. Because sometimes I guess Billboard they kind of sketchy when it comes to what position it was. But I mean, for him to say "Dark and Lovely," the one above me, I mean, classic. You know what I'm saying? And that album should have been more than what it was and stuff, in my opinion.
All right, we got Glenn Jones, Here I Go Again. Right.
Girl, you got something special. That
You
makes me
better.
smile whenever I'm with you. I feel just like a child. I mean, oh my God. Glenn motherfucking Jones. I would tell you though, I mean, you know what? It's like anything he sings when it comes to songs that have that type of essence, you know is a hit. You know, and it's crazy though, too. That was his first and only R&B hit. But Here I Go Again, 33 weeks on the Billboard chart. You know, I mean, feels like the very first time. I mean, the
Yeah.
words, you know what I'm saying? Since you came, it was like, since you came into my life, you know what I'm saying? I feel it's like a child. That video is dope. And see, in those days, black and white videos was a shit. If you want to have a ballad, you have to have a black and white video, depending on the song and stuff. And that year, everybody was doing that, you know, that backdrop. Some parts of black and white, Tony Braxton, Love Should Have Brought You Home, and all those and stuff. I mean,
and all the silk flowing in the
still
fan.
flowing, yeah. And it had like the little skinny bottle doing her thing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you know,
with some kind of modern dance. Like
yeah.
they wouldn't be dancing to the song. They would just be doing some kind of
Yeah. Yeah, that's true and stuff. And that was a great record. I mean, Glenn put his whole foot in that. That song, you know what? It's like that song showed me, and I've been searching those type of songs he sing. I could never get tired of hearing it. I can hear that song forever. So Here I Go Again. That's like automatically playlist worthy.
nobody you nowhere to be. Okay, I love me for Glenn Jones.
Oh
And he
yeah,
still sounds so good. He got
And
his voice.
yeah.
Low key, his voice might be a little better, even though his voice was amazing to begin with. But
Oh
like,
yeah.
he, it's got a something other extra quality to it now that's really dope. All right. Next we have speaking of Janet Jackson, the best things in life are free. Luther
Oh man,
Vandross and Janet Jackson.
classic. You know what? I finally found the backstory behind that.
They are stop it.
I'm not.
Now,
No, I ain't.
because Janet and Luther was supposed to do the video for that. They were supposed to prepare that video, and what was it? She was filming Poetic Justice while Luther was doing Meteor Man. And I thought to myself, like, had those two situations never came about, and I thought to myself, that video would have been more than what it was. I mean, that was cool. They had, you know, the Wayne brothers, and they had Stacey Dash, and you know, all of it, and that was cool. But I thought to myself, like, that guy was number one, but had they would have been in the video, it could have brought more to what it was and stuff. That's my opinion. You know, but that, you know, it's song's a classic. You know, it's crazy though, because this was like, what was it? It was like pre-Janet, you know. Luther was dropping out albums every year. Janet was dropping stuff like every 3 or 4 years and stuff. So, and, you know, still keeping it hot. You know, here it was. We were still sprung off at Riddle Nation. You know, and then you know Luther still doing his thing.
Face about the song. Stop it.
I'm just smiling. I'm not saying anything.
You being funny. You being funny.
Yeah, like we had a Skinny Luther on that one. Yeah, Skinny Luther, my bad.
I've met you before, JR. We've met a few times. Talk to you occasionally.
You're not gonna let me have this, right? But go ahead, Rashad. It's on you. This is
Rashad, it's a long long story. We'll tell you one day about why we're acting like this.
Right, right. Rashad,
hey, Mark.
This is your word association. It's not mine.
Yeah, because you know what, like, you know, it's like I love that song, but looking back at the video, it was kind of like watching that video look like the end of the credits of a movie. That's how I viewed it, or like a commercial from CeCe Peniston or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was cheesy. Yeah, it was like a little cheesy video.
Cheesy, yeah. And, you know, it is crazy though, because looking back at it, you know, it's weird. They never performed that song live at no concert. Janet never invited Luther to a concert. Luther never invited Janet to his. Or it's weird how a song that was so great, they never performed it anywhere together.
I wonder
And it
why.
reminded me of Busta Rhymes when he said that he was trying to get Janet to say what's going to be. And she was, for some reason, never done it. It's like when I interviewed Derek DOA Allen, where like it was supposed to be the second leg tour, the Real Nation tour. He told me some stuff. I rather not say it over here, but a lot of politics and stuff like that, and yeah, that was a great record. But other than that, but when it came out to Love, as far as video wise, I love that. And I love the song too. So that fulfilled that soundtrack, more money soundtrack, in my opinion.
Best things in life for free.
And last but not least, I saved this one for last. Just for you, my brother. And that is the good brother, Freddie Jackson.
Oh man.
Let me see. Let's see which song I want to do.
Freddie was all over them charts. I know that's
He
right.
was.
And
1992.
was.
It's got to be the one.
A little love right now.
The Love, yeah.
Come
Number 2
on.
R&B hit.
Come on.
I could
Yeah,
choose
he
a
was.
little love right now.
That was a banger. It seemed like
Come
anything
on.
that Freddie touched was like a hit. Barry Eastman,
Yes.
Paul Lawrence, oh my God, and stuff. And that was like, if I'm saying that was number 2 R&B hit. Came close going number 1. Came close and stuff.
Yeah, very close. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that was Midnight Love played the hell out of that video. And Video Soul and stuff. And was it Video Vibrations? Man, I mean, oh my God, just all the platforms had them bills in rotation, back to back, back to back, back to back. And once again, another Freddie Jackson banger.
That song was so fine. Do it.
It is.
Do it.
Nobody, it is funny. Nobody ever talks about that. That's a great record.
Go ahead.
Nobody ever talks about that.
Yeah.
We should do a video about eras, album eras. You know what I'm saying? Like the end of the era, pre this. You know what I'm saying? Well, people see what directions artists was going in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, J.R.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I was just wondering if you still with us.
Oh yeah, I'm there. I'm there. I'm there.
Oh.
You know, sometimes I be wanting to be a part of your word association, but I know it's not for me, so I just be quiet.
I make myself a part of it. I started singing the damn song before he even said
You know, I did too. I did. But I be loving how you be asking them, and I be like, damn, I wish it be me. Like, I love word association. That's why I love it. So I just be like,
you can do it too.
That's true, but it's for them. It's for the guests.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Jared's jealous.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm jealous, Rashad.
Every opinion counts. Every opinion counts. You know what I'm saying? I'm a guest, but it's not just about me. You know what I'm saying?
No. And right. And I didn't even mean to take it like that because Rashad, you family now. So it's like, no. No, because it'd be like Elisa say on some stuff, she'd be like, damn, if I didn't catch that many, I would do this. Like her word association, y'all, I don't even know what Elisa's gonna do. So it shocks me every time which way she's gonna go with it. So I'd be like, damn, why couldn't this be me? That's
unpredictable.
Yeah, it's like,
Freddie said, do it in the kitchen, do it in the sink.
Is that it? Yes!
You think? That's all wild, yo. That's a wild
dog.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So I'm just gonna run through and tell our viewers to get a feel of what else was out at that time. What were the big songs of the moment?
Yeah.
And we have. I lose my page. I did. All right. So, shit. I lost.
Yeah, we had so many bangers in 1982. It was
Oh,
ridiculous.
1992 was a strong year.
Everybody was trying to fight for that #1 spot. At least got close to it.
That's what Whitney told the SWV girls. Who's these girls are trying to take my #1 spot?
Yeah. It was right here. Kate got her out the way quickly.
Goodbye.
and week, it was over.
Yeah. So 1992 was definitely a wonderful year for TLC. All all their first album, Big Hit, was out.
Yeah.
I know what those are.
Yeah.
That was Shy. If I ever fall in love was that year. We had obviously SWV. Right here. We had Jade with like I Wanna Love You and Walk
class.
Away. I always associate Keep on Walking and Don't Walk Away. Like I can't think of one of those songs without thinking about the other one. Just from the
It's
beat.
no similarities.
Yeah.
Because of the
Yeah.
beat and because they both about walking.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
always think about them in the same.
Yes.
We had that was In Vogue,
Oh
killing
man.
it. One of my favorites, Give It Up, Turn It Loose. I listened to
Give
that.
it up, turn it loose. Yes.
They was dominating.
My favorite record from En Vogue.
As far as the girl group, they was killing it.
Mm.
I mean, they was all over TV. I mean, music videos. There was all the Hager Mr. Cooper theme song and was a rock theme song. I mean, Different World. I mean, that second album, Funky Divas. Oh my God, made no damn sense.
Then we also had that was a year Regina Belle and Peebo with Whole New World.
Oh yeah.
We also had High Five, Playing Hard to Get, all those jams. Mickey Howard, She Ain't Nobody Like You. Ain't nobody like you. I've been up and out. Okay, I'm gonna stop, y'all. All things Tony Braxton.
Yeah.
92.
Yeah.
Bobby Brown.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Lady, please tell me how you really feel deep inside your heart. All right, let me stop. Yeah. College girl.
That was PM Dawn, Die Without You. That was Joe Public, Live and Learn.
Oh man.
You got to live and learn. You got to live and learn. That was a jam.
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, I love it.
I'm gonna tell you a
Me
backstory
too.
behind that song by P.O. Down Without You. I was interviewed with Jared, the real skinny, like the skinny one, and when he was telling me when they made Eddie Murphy like in the fall '90 was like the fall '91. So this when the production boom rate just wrapped up. Eddie Murphy said, "Yeah, man, I got this person, that person." And they wanted, he wanted the group to work on his album. As they was talking, and he said, "You know what? I don't think y'all don't want to work with me like that." And he was like, "Y'all must want to see the movie." And they showed the part, and he said that his brother was like he was interested in the Holly Berry character and Eddie Murphy's character. So that's how the whole idea came about. I Die Without You. And then he said, "You know what? This would be good for the soundtrack because Babyface is working on it." He said, "You know what? I'm gonna give it to Face, see if he approves it." And they approved it, and the rest is history.
Right. And then we also had Ralph Tresvant, Money Can't Buy Love.
When I need new friends, I want
That's my. You better. Money Can't Buy You Love was my shit.
The pearls. I shoot
Money Can Buy You Love was my shit.
Oh yeah, classic. That should be the first single for his second album. Why I do not know, but that was a banger.
It was.
Yeah, because man, that was the shit.
Yep. And then that's when Sade had No Ordinary Love. Nice too.
This is no ordinary love. Oh man.
No ordinary love.
Woo! Girl.
Then,
She's a go to sleep type of artist, man. You just want to relax and chill. You couldn't listen to a song with nobody. You had to be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's a massage music. That's not just be all best making love. No, that's a back massage music. If you got aches and pain, listen to Sade. To put it right to sleep.
yeah. And then I'm gonna mention this last one just for fun for me. And that was the year we got Murder She Wrote, Shaka Demus and Players.
Oh man. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Come on, reggae.
About that girl, her name is Maxine. Hey Max. But
You know, I swear I got that mixed up with what's that one rapper? But it's no, that rapper. This one singer. He made a song called how that song goes. It's time to have sex. You know,
Black Cobra.
Oh,
Black
Black
Cobra,
Cobra, yes.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. And reggae was kind of killing it. That was like the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So,
Yes.
but,
Well, Rashad, thanks for playing Words
no
on
problem.
Vacation.
This was amazing. Yes.
Appreciate
You
it.
won.
Right. Right.
Everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
Yeah, because
But
you know
before
what?
we
It's
get out-
like,
oh, go ahead.
yeah, but man, thank you for having me on here again. Because I'm gonna tell you, it's like of all the platforms I've been on and stuff, I like going on y'all's because it's like y'all speak my language. And like when I did an interview on the online magazine, and they asked me who I'm playing with, and I mentioned y'all too.
That was love. That was love. We appreciate that.
And this wasn't on this towards anybody, especially our people. But I don't like this favoritism, and I don't like that nitpicking crap. Everybody gossiping. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I say our race could be powerful if we could actually work together. That's the problem. I don't have certain podcast platforms that came in with. There was a certain person that was on your platform. I'm not gonna mention that person's name. Stuff like that. But I'm glad that that person unfollowed me. But for what? Like I ain't do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different conversation. But I like being on your platform because y'all have so much freedom, and y'all talk about stuff that nobody talk about. I'm speaking fact because I'm not just saying to say that, but I'm telling you that I wish y'all was like on some type of network because I'm telling you to raise me through the roof. Y'all can control what y'all want. Oh man, the world needs that. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are the Dottie Simpson and the Chevy Carters right in front of me. 2.0. Hello. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, the flavor y'all bring.
Come on, somebody. Yes, put it in the universe.
And what I like about it is
yes, God. What
I like about that is like y'all are yourselves. Y'all not trying to be like the next person. Y'all are you. That's what makes y'all unique. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing it, man. R&B reps is where it's at.
Nobody else but ourselves.
Okay. And yes, and we will put all your information in the description so people can go to everything that you're doing and follow you and join up with you. Because we don't just want it for ourselves. We want to build a whole community. So
I really appreciate that. And I got an announcement to make. I know I said it's on Facebook and Instagram, but for the YouTube viewers, be on the lookout. I know people's like, oh man, you should have it on BET, but let's understand BET like what it used to be. Let's get that out the way. R&B Soul Fake TV is coming to Google TV, Apple TV, what else? Roku. I'll be everywhere. So the show will be off for like 2 hours. Throwback music videos as well as new school. You'll see live performances and everything. So I'm taking this to a whole different level. Everybody keep talking about they want the music videos back. This is where it's at. I mean, let's face it, BET, VH1, all those other shows, all they got is what? Catfish. loving hip hop New York, loving hip hop LA, loving hip hop Atlanta. I mean, how do you love hip hop we need? I mean, what's next? I live in Little Kentucky. What, living hip hop Kentucky? Ain't nobody famous here. But some tricks here, that's all it is. Nothing. You know, and that's why I say that there's nothing for the kids, nothing like it. Cause we was growing up, we had Soul Train, Club MTV, you know, we had T Summit, we had all these other shows to inspire so many black kids, you know, for our generation. We had something to look at, you know. And it's sad because all the kids got world star hip hop, you know, all kinds of crap, you know, saying nothing positive. You know, that's why it's sad all these young females see these female rappers like Sexy Red, all look like this came out of the strip club. Ain't nothing positive about that. What's so empowering about that? Ain't nothing fucking empowerment about that. You know, that's why I say that, you know, we need to bring back the music has substance. You know, music gave you life. Music gave you hope, something to look forward to. So that's why I say that next year is game over. So I can't wait to bring this to a whole different level. But you know, I told myself next time I get on here, I'm gonna wear my shirt. So this is my face right here. You know, so, like let me turn it back.
You better. I know that's right. I know that's right.
Yeah, so you know, I had to come in, you know, be my R&B Soulfake TV mode. So, like I said, you know, this is a movement, and thank God there's more R&B platforms because we here, we go nowhere. And I'm gonna say this too. Thank you, JR, for tagging me in last year when Diddy was going through all this. It's R&B there. Let me tell you something. You go to a family cookout, you go to a wedding, you go to a hole-in-one bar, you be your car, house, whatever. R&B music played everywhere. R&B will never die. R&B is that mother root. If it was for R&B, it would be the rock, hip hop, jazz, folk, all of that. It's the elements. It's the mothership. It's the branch. The only difference between then and now is that why should an R&B legend sign to some funky ass label or 360? Why do you think all these other stuff came about? You know, who wants to spend the time going through the same shit they did way back in the day? Come on now, selling bills of copies and you staying at your mama's crib? That's embarrassing. That doesn't make any sense. So R&B will never die. And you got kids that never grew up with these legends dancing to music. You know, I mean, come on, that's common sense and stuff. So thank God that we have the internet where we can create and expose the truth of it. That's what I like about Black people, because we post content. No offense to white people, but sometimes y'all be some smart asses. Y'all think y'all think that y'all know better than we do. This I ain't coming off racist and shit, but y'all motherfuckers need to stop that. It's getting tiring, it's getting very old. And y'all treat people like one-hit wonders. Because understand this, we create R&B. Y'all just a guest in the house. Y'all guess it in rock and roll. Y'all guess it country. Y'all guess it all of that. We created all that shit. The soul started during the slavery days.
Come on.
The soul started during the slavery days. We created this. I don't give a damn if you got to go grill your mouth, get your head backwards. I don't give a damn if you got a black girlfriend. You are a guest in the house. And another thing too, though, I want to address this too. No offense to you DJs overseas. Y'all keep on taking these records still for black artists. Y'all profit off of it. Then y'all try to throw it on street platforms. If they think black artists don't know that, if you're going to remix a song, pay these black artists. You know, I'm looking on social media, got one dude got like 30 fucking remixes. How many fucking remixes you need? I'm like, oh, well, you know, hey, man, you know, the song don't sound right now, dude. You don't sound right. You know, I've been wanting to say that for a long time and stuff. You know, see, I couldn't talk like this on no platform, like, oh, no, Rashad. You know, it's difference between, tell the truth and just be all over the place. I'll spit facts, you know. So ain't nobody could blackball me because I'm not under anybody's umbrella.
Yeah.
I'm in my own lane. But we need to speak up more and stop letting people treat us like puppets. You know, this ain't no racist thing, nothing like that. I'm just speaking the truth because I see it all the time. And my black people, anybody that got an R&B platform, please, people, use your common sense, though. You know, as much as you claim you know music, stop all that shucking and jiving shit, man. You know, enough is enough. That's only small of us that actually keeps it real. And I want to say, I want to give JR at least their flowers because, for y'all to do something different, to break each guest on there, talk about their favorite album, song, this or that, it's just needed. Because nobody else talk about these albums, the ones that got slept on, besides the ones that's always, the one that's real popular. So thank God for you guys, straight up and stuff. And and I will be back on here again because I got another artist I'm gonna talk about. So this ain't the first I gonna see my face. This ain't gonna be the last. But I had to talk like this because, it's the truth. Every time we look up, our Black artists keep getting thrown under the bus every time. Why we continue to do that? I don't get that, man. And stuff. It pissed me off because I don't care about the Hot 100. That's why whenever you see my post, I always say someone don't went on R&B because it is R&B regardless and stuff. But yeah, it's ridiculous. But get back to CeCe Peniston. To me, she definitely left a great mark on this earth, regardless how her career, went the way it did. She's a legend. Nobody can take away from the hits. The success she made, to me, she's one of the greatest underrated vocalists of all time. I mean, she could get up there, that's a handful of women, vocally, and I don't have to say the names and stuff. But, just like you said, I'd be glad when she do work on a new album and she links up with whatchamacallit because they have a great chemistry. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, regardless of what days with did go right, at the end of the day, she won. Look where she's at, and look where A&M Records are at. A&M Records at nowhere. Defunct, shut down. Giant Records out the way. Giant Records definitely the fuck out the way. So, I mean, it's crazy. These labels ain't gonna exist no more. So that's why it's gonna be independent because you can control the content you want to. But yeah, shouts to the Queen. I hope she sees this. And I know it's going to really blow her mind and stuff. So, and another thing, too, to all you delayed people and stuff, whenever you see them have a guest on there, they're not putting nobody down. There's a difference between clowning somebody and let's talk about all the business end. This is the business of the music, trying to correct things. So people are like, oh, man, why you bashing the person before you hate? Nah, nigga, you hate it. So please, stop it. So, yeah. Now, let me turn the value down. But thank you. I had to go from this soul effect to just switch over to Rashad for a second.
Yes, but thanks again, brother, and thanks to everybody in the live chat or that's watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this with your folks that you think will like us. Share it with somebody you think wouldn't like us. You just never know. You never know. Because sometimes we just hit that right song for somebody or that right album and they're like, oh, and start from there. So you just never know. So share it.
Yeah, Jill Scott did.
Jill Scott shared.
Oh, yeah, shouts to you, though. That
think
was
you
huge.
better than Jill Scott that you can't share?
Let's take a long walk.
If you think you better
after dark.
You're like, you're not, you think you better than her? Say it to her face. No.
Jill Scott, man, one of a kind, man.
Check us, keep checking for us. And once you subscribe, it just pop up in your feed. You can just go right to it. It makes it easier, So, yeah, we love y'all. And we love the way that y'all love us. And we will catch y'all on the next Catch That.
Peace. Sir, peace.
Look what we got.
We gotta love.